That is not a bad idea, Zach. We might go with that at some point. Zach said, have a pre-show activity. Solve boop, 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 without Googling. I'm gonna think about that. I'm flying solo today, though. AB's doing some. Be back. Tap in. Drop some questions. Big show today. Huge show. Huge. Yo. Good morning, beautiful people. It is, fix that mic. It is Thursday, August 19th, 2021. Appreciate y'all joining us. We were not going to go live. AB's doing some stuff out of Howard, out of his soul stomping grounds. I've been out in LA for the last few days. Oh, some big business going on out there. But enjoyed LA. It's been a minute since I've been out there, man. A little different city, post-corona. But cool vibes. A B-Day shout out. Nicholas Riley Popovich. Happy B-Day, man. So that's for a B-Day shout out. Happy birthday, man. It's a blessing. 24. His Kobe year. Oh, yeah. But LA, man. LA was cool. So I'll be riding solo. I don't know if y'all heard that yet, but I'll be riding solo today. But LA was cool, man. I got to experience my first Dodgers game. And y'all know I'm a big baseball guy. Big baseball guy. But yeah, man, a lot of good things going on in sports. Obviously, we got a week 2 preseason. We got the Eagles and the Patriots. If you guys were tapped in, might have been last episode towards the end. Me and AB talked about our first preseason game experience, and that was actually mine. I was on the Patriots and we played the Eagles for my first preseason action. So it's gonna be a good one. They had joint practices all week. I know a bunch of people probably saw that Jalen Reagor catch and one-on-ones. I couldn't imagine living in this. When I was playing, as my years went on, social media got bigger and bigger. But now it's like you're seeing all these practice highlights and things, one-on-one reps. And when you're in there, working on your one-on-one, that's when you working on techniques, working on things that you don't mind getting beat on because you're trying to get better. And now everybody has these instant reactions and instant analysts from your practice reps and things. So it's crazy. But so y'all, come on, you can't be asking those questions on air, man. I see what you're asking. But I tell you what, you guys know I'm a proponent of, using the flower to do what the flower is supposed to do. And the flower is different out there in Cali. Different. But yeah, so that Eagles Patriots game tonight. Let me see what Tone got in here today. But what else are we gonna talk about? I checked that that Draymond Green, Kevin Durant interview out on Bleacher Report. That I thought was a really, really dope interview, talking about, the things that were going on, obviously, with that team. KD's decisions, a lot of KD's things off the court, how he is on Twitter, how he is with the media, why all these different things, man. Dope interview, kind of conducted by Dre, but obviously you could tell teammates just having real dialogue, real conversation. He asks all the questions that everybody want to ask. Obviously, going to talk about preseason football and just leading up to this season, man. I don't know about y'all, but I'm really excited about this season. Really going to embrace it as a fan first and foremost, and then this sports media journey I'm on. It'll only get busier and bigger and more fun. I'll be able to interact with you guys more and more. Talk more about the game, everything. DB will be back soon. They finally got my Game Pass up and cracking again. Gonna be working with some different brands around the league in some different areas, but it's gonna be fun. So I haven't talked to you guys yet about my man. Moment of silence for my man. Timmy Tebow, man. As you guys know, probably remember, I had high hopes. Everybody was ripping Urban for bringing him in. Say, hey, man, there's no way in hell this dude that took 8 years. I won't say took 8 years off, but wasn't able to play for 8 years. Went try baseball. Former quarterback came back, switched his position to a tight end. I couldn't bet against the guy, man. I couldn't bet against the guy. I couldn't bet against Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer. Okay? I got caught up. In the mix. All right. Players mess up too, right? That's what they say. And I thought he had a chance. I was on Pat's show talking about it. We had Nink on there, Rob Ninkovich, and he was talking about how, when he gets in there and it's time for him to block one of those DNs or linebackers, you're going to see why this is a joke. And that's what it looked like, man. It looked like a damn joke. But they sold jerseys. I'm sure they sold some merch. Got a lot of people. And Urban might be playing chess now that I think about it. He might just be playing chess with us because he wouldn't hire the guy from the Hawkeyes. I know I don't say that state, from the Hawkeyes, the strength coach. Had to cut him quick. Obviously, you drafted Trevor Lawrence number 1. You went and got Travis Etienne in the first round as well. And then reports come out that you're switching him to receiver. He's taking all receiver reps. So we've been talking. You go inside Tebow. We've been talking about the Jags kind of, Urban, he was in that TV media space, so he knows how to keep a story and narrative going. But, we all saw, me and AB talked about it too. We all saw what it was with Tebow once that film got on. But, hey, he gave his guy a shot. Privilege, relationships, in football and life and corporate America, it's the same shit. He got a shot and it ended like most people thought it would. But I was wrong. Let's see. Let me tap into some of these comments. What you mean, Javier? It is mixed. That's just extra caramel. I always get extra caramel drizzle. I should know the order by now. But let's see. G.I. Joe 317. I figured he'd make it past the first cut. I did too, honestly. But honestly, it was kind of what I was talking about earlier with the social media effect. Like, whether people say it does or not, that definitely has an impact on some decisions. So being that is Tim Tebow and his phantom blocks and all that shit went viral, if that was the regular, the normal 88th man on the roster, nobody would have saw that. He would have just got aggressive and, tried to, put a point of emphasis on it going forward and lasted maybe a cut or two. But since it is him and everybody saw it, it kind of puts puts Urban in a tough spot where it's like, all right, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? So yeah, I think it was where did we go from 90 to 85? Is that what it was? Because I know they just have one big cut last year. And when I was playing, it was different. I think it was 90 to 75, and from 75 to 53 after the last game. So I was definitely shocked. But what else we got, man? If he can be cut, anyone can be cut. Yeah, man, the Tebow, the circus is over. The circus is over. And the Jaguars, everybody's excited about these quarterbacks. We saw Trevor Lawrence. We saw Justin Fields. We saw Zach Wilson. We saw Mac Jones, which we'll see Mac Jones again tonight. Saw Trey Lance. And now this is the thing with the Mac Jones, and I'm interested to see the comments as well, see what you guys think. But it seems like to me, everybody, every media outlet you turn on, most of them at least are like, hey, Mac Jones. I still think Cam's going to be the guy, especially going in. I think Cam has good football in the tank for this year. That's just my opinion. I think Mac Jones will be a good quarterback in this league. I don't think he's right now the better option for the Patriots. And I can definitely see the Patriots being back, week 8, week 9, being a 6-2, 7-1 football team. Like, you obviously got the coaching, you got some players back, you got some draft picks, you spent some money in free agency. And you got a good play caller with the Josh guy, who I probably never say his name, but he's a good play caller. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Cam and that Patriots team, you still got Belichick there. Like, let's not get crazy. But we're gonna see Mac Jones again tonight. Probably a little more extended. You'll see Jalen Hurts. I'm excited about Jalen Hurts. I think if Dak is banged up, Jalen Hurts could potentially be. I can see Jalen Hurts being the best quarterback in that division. If Dak, I think Dak is clearly the best quarterback in that division. But if he's dealing with this shoulder, if this shoulder is a bigger issue than the Cowboys are leading it on to be, which unfortunately I think it is. Maybe I'm just scarred. I got some PTSD from Andrew Luck's situation, but I can see Jalen Hurts being the best quarterback in that division this year. With Dak being banged up. And with all the reports of the people that are actually at these joint practices, they said that Jalen Hurts looked like the best quarterback on both fields. So I wouldn't be surprised at all, man. Would not be surprised at all. But we'll see Mac again tonight. And, I'm sure as the preseason rolls on, used to be 1-2. That third game will be the kind of dress rehearsal game where you kind of game plan, you may draw up some exotic blitzes or some different coverages on third down. It's a little more, you're going to play your starters a little longer. So that's what this game may be for some groups, for some teams. And it depends on the coach, depends on the philosophy. But I do think we'll see a little more of the playbook for the Patriots and Mac Jones in there, probably a little more up-tempo, with him seeing how he operates in there, kind of different tempos, because that's what McDaniels wants to do. He wants to change the pace, kind of keep that defense off balance and force the quarterback to see looks, obviously hear in the helmet and make the adjustments. And that's what you want to see young guys do. So if he can do that, I think it is going to be somewhat of a short leash for Cam because he is on a one-year deal. You did just draft a quarterback in the first round. That's just the nature of the business. But I think the way Cam is built, and this is the year, because if you don't do it this year, it's looking shaky going forward. So we'll see. Yeah, I ain't gonna remind us. Nah, no Fitz magic hate. No Fitz magic hate at all. If I look at those quarterbacks though in that division, NFC East, you got Dak Prescott, like I said, who will be the clear one. After Dak, Daniel Jones has the supporting cast. In flashes, you've seen him play well, but he went like 3-4 games in a row without a touchdown pass. He turns the ball over a lot. Jalen Hurts was so young last year, got thrown in there at the end of the season. I think he had 4 stars. He was 1-3. I remember that big win against the Saints, which Somebody picked last year. Somebody had those on the man-to-man everything DB picks. I picked that one. That Eagles start against that tough Saints defense. Yeah, But anyway, yeah, I can see it. So you got Jalen Hurts, you got Daniel Jones, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Dak Prescott. So I can see Jalen Hurts, man. Another year, you got some young receivers there. You got Rager, who I've been hearing is having a good camp and should have a good year. You obviously went and got Devonta Smith out of Alabama, who already has a rapport with Hurts. You still got Ertz there, who may be traded at some point. So they're going to have him out there doing what he does, to keep his trade value what it is. And he's a good player. And then you got Goddard as well. You got Miles Sanders. So you got weapons around Jalen Hurts as well. So don't be surprised if Hurts is the best quarterback in that division with Dak dealing with his shoulder injuries. So no Fitz magic hate. It just, it just is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see what else we got, baby. We talked about that. So, I love it. Moving on from quarterbacks. I love it when the DB gets paid. Jamal Adams was traded from the Jets for a couple first-round picks, a haul. The Jets got a haul for Jamal Adams. They saw the, right on the wall, didn't want to give him that big bag. Seahawks traded for him and now have paid him 4 years, $70 million, highest paid safety, yearly average in the NFL. And personally, I don't think he is. I wouldn't call him safety. If you had to put him at a position, I guess you could put an S next to his name. But he's a playmaker, man. He's a weapon. He's just a weapon on defense. He's a football player. I think it still could be a win for both teams. Because Jamal Adams, in my opinion, is the best player on. Now you got Bobby Waggs still, but after Bobby Waggs, Jamal Adams is the best player on that defense. And he is, the way he plays the game, he's a tone setter on that defense because, you're one of the most talented players, one of the highest paid players now. And the way that he runs to the ball like his hair is on fire. He communicates. He's physical. He can affect the pass rush, which in my opinion is the most important part of a defense in the NFL. And he's looking at his numbers, looking at the film. He's one of the best DBs I've ever seen get after the passer. And if you pay attention to the Seattle roster, that's something that's an area they, need help on. And when they played the best defense in the league, they had a dominant front four that could get after him with Bennett and Averill and those guys. And they don't have that right now. So having 33 up and around that box, how he affects the run game, and he affects the pass game by rushing the passer. So no, he may not be, a guy that you can say, go and lock that tight end down, or I'm gonna match you up with, George Kittle for this whole drive, and I want you to cover him, get a 2-minute stop. I don't mind leaving you one-on-one. He's not that guy as a safety, but he is a guy that you can say, hey, get on the edge and cause some havoc up there. Hey, it's a situation where, it's gonna be, they got to run the ball to get a first down. They got to try to get, and we put him up in that box and he makes things happen. And he is a more than serviceable cover guy. I want to make it seem like he's just a box guy that can't cover a tight end. That's just not what it would be smart if you're a defensive coordinator to use Jamal Adams in that role. But he is a special player. He is a special talent. And like I said, even more so than what he does physically, on the field, the type of energy that he brings to your locker room, to your defense, the type of presence that he brings, you want to keep that on your team. And you want to keep him obviously happy. And he took a strong stance in this training camp. And there was some reports coming out like it wasn't looking good for a deal to get done, but he stayed firm in his stance. He he went and bet on himself, like my guy Aafc. Did y'all see that? Make sure y'all bow. He went and bet on himself, and he got that bag 4 for 70. 17 and a half a year, which makes him the highest paid safety. Him, Justin Simmons, and then you got Budda Baker to round out the top 3 highest paid safeties. But I like him, man. Let me see what you guys think about that move. Yes, sir. We got this fantasy tonight. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me check real quick and see if because me and AB potentially draft tonight. You scary mother. So me and AB potentially, I'm gonna get a couple of my guys, a couple of my friends. He's gonna get a couple of his friends. We're gonna do a quick little 6-team draft. We're gonna live stream it, see how that goes, and then we're gonna do that with some of you guys as well going forward. So stay tuned. Nah, not like Stroh. You gotta know who you are too when you're betting on yourself. But oh yeah, you see that post that I posted, John Jay? So they had a post to compare, and this was absolutely wild. To compare the highest paid players by position in 2000, what was it, 2003 compared to now? And it was nuts, but I'll get to it. I'll find that another day. I'll find that another time. Is it a snake draft? It is a snake draft. And this is I'm just getting into the draft fantasy thing. So it's a snake draft, and y'all know how happy I am about my first team. So woo! To keep walking, the Chiefs are poor mouthing. Is that a New Orleans term? Poor mouthing about a Matthew extension, talking about the salary cap going down last year and this year. Safeties is, the value of that safety position was kind of getting messed up, kind of how the running back position was. Like, people were not seeing the value. Even with John Johnson going from the Rams to the Browns in this free agency, I think he went and got like 11 a year. And, obviously great money. But if you're looking at the entire market and where I think as a football guy, John Johnson fits in that safety market, he should be a $15 million a year guy as well. But it's a lot of guys that, because it's hard you can't just look at stats. You can't just look at box scores, or it's hard to really understand the value of a good safety and what it brings to your team. And I think Louis Riddick, when it went after somebody this past week with them basically devaluing the safety position and saying, but like, that is a critical position on the defense. And I wish AB was obviously here to talk about it, being that he played 14 years at the position. He'll be back. We actually going to jump on tomorrow too. Live streaming tomorrow, same time. That should be fun. But yeah, that's a position it's tough to know the value unless you really, really know football. A lot of these decision makers out here don't really know football like that. Honestly, truly, I actually had a pro personnel guy who told me, he wanted to work with me and kind of learn some of the coverages and things like that. And he was like, honestly, this is not a necessity for my position. This will make me do my job better, but a lot of people around the league in these positions don't know football like that. So it's a weird little disconnect there, but I would keep a guy like Todd Matthew in my locker room. Yeah. He affects the run game, the pass game, communicates. Quarterback of the defense. I'm keeping him out there. Let's see what else we got, baby. What else we got going on? Sticking in football. Wait, hold on. Let me check this. It's blocking me out. Bum. No, I can't do that. Can't block my money maker. No better than that. So this is probably going to be the norm. The Las Vegas Raiders are making it mandatory to show proof of vaccination to come and watch the Raiders live. And this is probably going to be the norm. This is what these companies and businesses are going to do to protect as much. You got to protect the brand, protect the shield. You want to keep people coming through those doors. You want to limit outbreaks as much as possible. And, it's good for everything. For as far as showing the public that you're trying to do the right thing. He's trying to take all the necessary steps. So I believe the New York Liberty and the WNBA also has this policy. Maybe that whole Barclays, so Brooklyn Nets included, already has this policy. And I would just assume that at least probably 10 of the teams will probably be doing this especially once the vaccine is fully approved by the FDA, which I think is coming probably next month, something I read. It's kind of got fast tracked. So it's kind of going to be the way of the world. I think the way of the country, at least for the near future. And what a lot of people won't accept, and I just believe is the reality, is, we are all in this. It's a live science. That's what science is. It's always evolving, and things are changing every day. More research, more information is coming out every day of what's going on and the impact and the effect of the vaccine, should I say. So yeah, I see this being a way of society, at least for the next couple of years. I don't think COVID's going anywhere anytime soon. I read something today that said New York, 75% of adults in New York City are now at least have the first jab. So, they put in some kind of mandates recently where you can go into gyms, restaurants, and certain places. And I'm sure that you saw a major uptick in vaccines after that. So, to each his own. It's been shown to be safe and effective. Up to this point, I'm not telling anybody what to do or not to do, but talk to your doctor and do the best thing, protect yourself and your families. All right, I got a question here. Good question. Hold on, before I get this question. That haircut is wow. Shout out to Mark Davis, Al Davis' son. That haircut's aggressive. That haircut's aggressive. Yeah, that haircut's. Well, I want to know what he said. What does he say when he gets in? Well, he doesn't need to say anything at that point. But like the first time he got it, Mark, I need to know what you. And I've heard some cool things about Mark. But what do you say when you get in that? When you get in the chair, just hit me with that. Yeah, just hit me with that. Yeah. But anyway, man. Speaking of billionaires, real quick though, I don't know if you guys have been following this at all, but I was randomly watching a morning show, CBS, after I dropped the kids off at school today, and talking about Mark Zuckerberg was on there talking about the metaverse and how he was showing, it was kind of like an Oculus, but he had Gail was doing the interview, and she was wherever she was, and he was wherever he was, and they put the Oculus on, well, it looks like Oculus, and they were like in the meeting, like it was like 8 of them. They were like in the meeting doing a presentation, and kind of like, it looked kind of like The Sims. And I told my friends kind of midway through this COVID thing, I'm like, bro, at some point we're going to be living life like we're The Sims. Like that's how we're going to go out. We're going to go out to dinners that way. We're going to go to clubs and parties that way. That's going to be a way of life. We're going to be fake at the gym together, really working out in our own garage, but we're going to, hey, yeah, buddy, yeah, help me. Yeah. So it's going to be wild. And I saw that today and I'm like, damn. I saw a robot jumping around and shit earlier over this weekend, man. It's woo. But anyway, yeah, proof of vax. It's not going anywhere. What else we got? Oh, told you I went to the Dodgers game when I was in LA. Dope experience. Super dope experience. Baseball is back. Baseball is in good hands. Shohei Ohtani. And what was it? A guy from Detroit, a Hall of Fame baseball player. He actually got caught. It was during a live show, and he made a racial comment about Ohtani. He's been suspended. But this dude, man, watching this dude, the things that he's done, he's first to 40 home runs in the MLB. I think most home runs with the Angels for a lefty ever at 40. What else this guy did? Pitched 8 innings, had 1 earned run last night, 8 strikeouts, and hit a home run in the same game. Like, I mean, 120 strikeouts this year, 2.79 ERA, 40 home runs, 1.011 OPS. And he's making $3 million this year. I mean, this kid he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. When I saw what he was doing, I asked a while ago, like, hey, Tone told me no. Ty told me no. Everybody told me no. Hey, is this the greatest player ever? Is this him? Are we witnessing? I know you guys say other names and other people, but I'm a casual and I won't. Shit is special, man. Somebody out there tell what is, am I tripping right now? Or is this the GOAT? Is this the GOAT? Yeah, Jack Morris. Jack Morris was the guy. What was his name? And I thought, what he said that wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all. And I can see how an old head could think that was okay. Because it was, man, listen, growing up and I know he's in his 60s. I'm in my mid-30s. Man, everybody would have been canceled back. Everybody. I'm talking about the jokes we heard growing up, the shit we saw on TV and cartoons. This shit is wild, man. I think at some point it'll You with me now, huh, Tone? I told you I don't get on here throwing these hot takes out for nothing. I told when I said it, oh no, he's not even the best player on this team. Oh, Babe Ruth. Look, man, you gotta just accept greatness when you see it. You gotta just understand sometimes you see some shit. Hey, this shit is different. This shit is different. You batting in the middle of the lineup. You're a starting pitcher and you're the fastest dude running the bases. Come on, man. Stop it. Babe, all right. Anyway, speaking of the Yankees they're hot right now too since that Rizzo trade. Hot. Goat Tiny. Yeah, man. But anyway, y'all know I still got to take my break, whether AB here or not. And on the other side, let's talk, man. Let's ask some good questions. Let's talk football. Football is about to start. Real football. And it's hard for me to get super engaged with the preseason shit. I'm not going to lie to you. I watch it. I see what I need to see. And okay, cool. But, yeah, have some good questions for me on the other side, man. I want to talk, man. I'll be back. See you in a minute. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. Who knows? I wonder what the over-under is going to be today. Be back. Who wants some money, man? Who wants some money? Well, did I hit over? Did I hit? Hold on. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. All right, let's get it. What we got, man? Aaron, I don't know what this is about. I don't know if this is ref. Oh, you might have bet. I hope you want some money. What hit? I mean, the over-under is probably, let me see. Oh, we said it too. Oh, come on. Y'all got to put a point. Come on. Y'all know better. We got to put a 0.5. You got to get the hook. By the hook. So when you hear the term, someone says by the hook, it means by that half point. We're going to be talking and learning more about betting together this season. Matter of fact, that's part of the reason I went out to LA was to meet with, and there's some exclusive information, guys, meet with Sportsbook. Got some things cooking. Sportsbook, then met with, we got some things cooking. We're gonna learn. We're gonna have make some money this year. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna learn more about the game. If you listen to this show in your workplace, in your church, at the community center, at the 40 and up basketball rec league, which I'll be playing in soon, and I mean I'm going to be absolutely dominating, guys. I mean I can't wait till I'm old enough to start playing those full courts, but they go like the other way. They don't go like the full length. They go like the horizontal way on the court. Oh, I'm gonna be busting them old man ass. But everywhere you listen to this show during the season, man, they're gonna be tapping in. Hey, so yeah, what you think about so and so and so I got you. But who we got, man? Especially my day ones. Let me check these questions out. Well, I kind of talked about him earlier, John. We got a question from John J. Jonathan. What second-year player do you expect to have a breakout year? I'll start with the quarterbacks. Obviously, I was, probably first or second. I gotta say first because I don't know, but on that Justin Herbert train last year, and I knew his quarterback coach Pep Hamilton, and obviously during the season, his offensive coordinator and play caller was a change there, and it got better in the end. But when I watched his film, I saw how many times he had to kind of outplay coaching in a sense, like getting put in a lot of bad situations. Because as a quarterback, especially a young quarterback, you want to keep him in good situations with the sticks as far as, hey, win first down. Let's get, second and manageable, second and 6, second and 5. All right, let's get to a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. And watching his film, like a lot of times this dude was in 2nd and 9, 2nd and 11, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11, and just time and time again, he just stood and delivered. And then you saw some games where he would just start off. It was multiple games, maybe 2 games I saw where he started off the game, completing like 90% of his passes, like going like hitting his first 12 or his first 11. And that's not easy to do for any quarterback, but especially a rookie quarterback. So love Justin Herbert. I can see him taking another step. Obviously won a Rookie of the Year last year. So people are expecting him to have a breakout year. CeeDee Lamb, I think he'll be wide receiver 1 for Dallas this year. So he had a good year as a rookie. He'll have a breakout year, I expect. Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts and Jalen Reagor have a big year. Ayuk could have a huge year. I mean, it's a lot of young talent, man, that I'm excited to watch this season. Trevon Diggs out there in Dallas. Him going into his second year, he got a lot. He was in position or just right out of position. And I know what that feeling is as a corner, but with his talent, his ball skills, he can have a breakout year his second year too, man. So I'm excited about a lot of these young players out here. A lot of these young players. Good question, though. What else we got? Boop, 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 boop. Fan, one of the day ones. Do you get nervous around cut day? That depends on who you are. It depends on who you are. So obviously, you come into camp, you got 90 guys coming in to make a team. And in my opinion, I think the coaches and the front office, you got 90, you pretty much know who. Let's say you got a 53-man roster coming into camp. If you got a good roster, especially, the better your roster, probably the more spots that you got. Okay, I know it's 40. Let's say on average is about 46, 47 guys that we know are going to make the team. On a bad roster, maybe it's 40 that we know, and the rest are wild cards. Like it could be guys who make the team who surprise as undrafted free agents, or somebody else from another team gets cut. Because that's what happens too. You look at another team, you see another team has 6 or 7 NFL caliber wide receivers, but they typically only going to hold 5, or they're only going to hold this amount because this guy, he can play, but he's not a factor on special teams, so he could potentially hit the waiver wire. So teams plan for picking up good players off waiver wires as well. But I would say, as a front office, probably about 40-something guys that's going to make the team. And those other 8 spots are kind of up for grabs for the other 40 guys in camp. A lot of guys are in camp, and you kind of know they're just there to, be, you just call them fresh legs, having legs out there, fresh legs to save the legs of the players that you're going to make your team. But as long as you got opportunity, you're taking that field, you putting that helmet on, you always can get out there, make plays, get on these. I know a lot of people remember Victor Cruz getting out there on the preseason stage and just taking everybody by storm. So you always have an opportunity to change minds, right? So you just got to be ready for your shot. And even on that team, it may be no way in hell that you're going to make that roster, but you can make a roster. Preseason is about making a team. And when you go up, especially on these games, that's the best part about them. They're just glorified practices. They don't count, but everybody's getting a chance to evaluate you on that level. So take advantage of you. So that other half of the roster in training camp, you're nervous on cut day. You're nervous. Some guys are looking around and like, damn, we're only going to keep, 5 DBs or five corners or 4 corners, whatever. And it's like you start, counting numbers and saying this in your head. And guys that typically do that, you're not going to play well. You just got to worry about, it's a cliche, but cliches are cliches because they are normally true. So you got to worry about what you can worry about, control what you control. Don't count your reps, make your reps count. Like all that shit sounds cliche, but it's true. And players get nervous though. It's a big day. It's a big day. And then after cut day happens, it's a window where you may make that team. You make the final 53, and then you got another injury on the roster, something else happens, and then they cut you 2 days after cut day to sign somebody from another roster. So it's definitely shaky, though. Definitely shaky. Cut day, draft day sometimes, watching what your team does in free agency. It's a tough business. There's a lot of people knocking at their door trying to get in every day and replace you. And then the people in the front are trying to replace you for a cheaper option. So, it's tough. What else we got? It's a good question, though. Good question. Somebody asked about ugliest throwback jerseys. Who has some ugly ass throwback jerseys? Damn, I don't know, but Green Bay released some pictures today of the throwback jerseys. They're gonna be wearing. Those are fire. I think from the 1950s. Those shits are fire. So it's definitely not them, but I wasn't feeling their brown ones though. The brown with the blue and I wasn't feeling those. I know it's some uglier ones though, and I can't think about them right now. But these jerseys, though, when I was in New England, and we used to wear these. Ooh, hey. Hey, 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 hey Dave, do we get excited? Woo! Man, we put these on. Man, absolutely get excited, man. You for sure get excited. It's like anything. Anytime you switch up the norm of what you're doing, you're gonna get excited. You're playing a kid's game. So a lot of us, you're in there getting dressed, you maybe, practicing your mind, you get some customized cleats. Hey, we wearing the throwbacks week, whatever. I need something fire for that week. So it's definitely something you look at. The color rush. I mean, when those came out, everybody was gonna have a color rush game. So yeah, it's definitely exciting when you switch something up, especially when you feel like the alternates or the old jerseys were more fire than the ones you're currently wearing. I felt like that personally when I played for New England. Indy, it's a pretty classic jersey, so it doesn't change much. Our color rushes were dope though. They changed the numbers up a little bit. But yeah, players definitely get excited about those. Coaches do as well. The Steelers Bumblebees, those are solid. Those are solid. I want to see the throwback Broncos though. Throwback Broncos, throwback Dolphins. Those throwback Dolphins hard. Those might be my favorite. Throwback Dolphins joints are hard. Hard. The Bucks, the creamsicles, probably now. I didn't like them growing up like that though. What else we got, baby? What else do we have? We excited about anything else going on? Let me see what else we got going on, man. Well, until I get to another question, it's your daily reminder. Sign up for Underdog Fantasy, either at underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Use code MAN to get your free $25 after your first deposit. I use it. It's a great way to enhance your experience with watching, any of these games. Use it this year with the playoffs, with NBA playoffs. That was my first experience with it. I've used it in some preseason games. Football, I've used it in MLB. So, you can pick. Let me see. Matter of fact, let me see what we have tonight. You can do pick'ems. You can do rivals where you can say, okay, this guy's going to have more points than this guy's, or this guy's going to have more total bases than that guy on the team. So it's a lot of different fun things that you can do. And as you know, it's a lot more fun when you're winning. So during the season, I got you. Tonight, what do we have tonight? So for instance, tonight on here for the over-unders, Mac Jones, over under 98.5 passes. I'm going to say over. Cam Newton, over 4.05 fantasy points. Stay away from that one. Jalen Hurts, over under 7.55 fantasy points. I'm going to go over. I think he plays a little more tonight. But, you can do that. And you got David Fletcher, 1.5 bases. Jose Altuve, 1.5 bases tonight at Kansas City. So it's a lot of different things you can do on the app. Makes it fun. Go sign up. Use that code MAN, most importantly. Okay, we got some over. Okay, y'all giving me – hold on now. Let me ask you guys about two more. Is Aaron Judge versus Minnesota tonight? Over or under 1.5 total bases. And then I got over. Oh, damn. Alex said under on that one. And then I got Joey Votto, Cincinnati and Miami versus Miami. Over under his 1.5 total bases. Zach is asking to release the scoring rules. I'll get that from my people. I got that for you on Monday. Take a note of that right now. Right now, I got you. Over for Votto, bet. Ass Gump. It's a good fake Gump or real Gump? All right. Let's tap in. All right, let's get some more questions, man, before we get out of here. FanDuel, 941 Bolts fan. FanDuel, I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Do we know what's good with FanDuel? As far as coming to Florida, you're asking? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I know Florida did something with the Hard Rock, with the Seminoles, so that you can go in there and place sports bets. The online mobile, I think that's coming down the pipe in a couple of years, but Gump needs to vary. I hope Deep Fake or Gump, either one of them will work for me if they confirm. Another question right here, talked about a little bit earlier. First impressions of Mac Jones. He was exactly what I thought Mac Jones would be, and you know, I got a lot of guys still in that Patriot organization, and they like him. He's a good player. He's a smart player. He prepares. The moment the stage isn't too big for him, and when all those things are clicking, you got good coaches, a good locker room around you, you're going to be good. He's going to thrive in that system at some point. So nothing surprised me about what I saw from him, and I think I expect to see a little bit more tonight, especially in the up-tempo things. I want to see him drive some balls in there. I want to see him throw the ball down the field. Those are the things that I want to see from Mac Jones. But right now, he's going to read the field pre-snap. He's going to get the ball out quick, get the ball into the hands of his playmakers, and, you know, let him make something happen with it. I think Cam right now, if he's healthy and if he's comfortable with the playbook, which I expect him to be, he just adds another dynamic level to the offense that, you know, what Mac Jones does from the pocket right now, I don't think it compares, but we'll see. We shall see, but first impression is definitely good. And I think, once again, Mac Jones will be a good quarterback in that system. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. What's this? Do the Pack, the Bong Bomber, do the Pack have to win at least division for Rogers to stay? I mean, I honestly, so the Packers have to win a division for him to stay. I think it's at a point where Rodgers wants to go in a different direction after this year, regardless of how this year ends. I honestly and truly think even if he wins the Super Bowl, you know, or gets to a Super Bowl and loses, I still think he goes a different direction. I think it's just at that point, and it's one of those situations where they're like divorced. In real, they're like separated, but like, you know, the kids are like in 11th grade. So it's like, hey, you know, we're going to let our kids finish, and then they're going to graduate high school. And then when they go off to college, I'm on the first thing smoking out of here. And I already, you know what I mean? That's where the Packers and A-Rod are at this year. They got this ride, this last dance. And then after that, the kids graduate high school, baby. We on our next chapter. But I'm sure some of y'all probably dealt with that. So that's a soft spot. I apologize. But, you know, those are kind of decisions you got to make sometimes as a parent for the greater good. And as I would want to ask some of you guys, you know, did you guys appreciate that? It's kind of personal, but this is the kind of show this is. We love each other. It's a family here, man. It's a family here. Patriots drive. Another question, Patriots drive. Okay. Do Jono Smith's and Hunter injuries concern you at all, chemistry-wise, for Patriots upcoming season? I mean, yeah. Anytime guys are injured, especially new teammates, when you're injured, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, some people get lucky and pick up, you know, and it could just be on point like that if all the players aren't those players who actually need reps with each other. But I was the type of player that I wanted, and I wasn't a quarterback and a receiver, but even as a corner or a nickelback or a safety, I wanted reps with my guys. So I knew, you know, because you can talk about it, you can go over clicker and meet room and everything, but until you get into those live situations, either in practice or in real game when the live rounds are firing, I want to know how my guys are going to react. I want to pre-snap. How do we communicate? Do I have to give you the call 3 times before I know you have it? Or are you a guy where I can just look at you and give you one signal and we know we're on the same page? So anytime people are missing time, especially new teammates who depend on each other, it's a level of concern there. But they got some good weapons, so they got some good course. They got some good weapons. Yeah, sorry about that, Chelsea. They waited for you. So you graduated, then your youngest sister graduated. So salute to your parents, Chelsea. Hope everybody's good. Hope it's all love. Hope it's all love. What else? My fault, Michael. It's not a Patriots show. Somebody else asked the team about, ask a question about their team. Oh, we got a crazy person in here. The Lions winning that division, so it doesn't matter. Hey, man, if the Lions win that division, I'm willing to put whatever type of wager on that. Whatever. Oh, bold statement from Zach. Mike Williams and the Chargers will play at a wide receiver 1 level this year. He has the talent, no doubt about it. And he has a great quarterback and a great receiver that demands attention opposite of him. So I would not be surprised. Kevin Hebert. Do I think CD Lamb will outperform Amari Cooper this year? The way I feel like the way they hyping him, the way they're gassing, I feel like CD Lamb will be wide receiver 1 in Dallas this year. So, yes. And Amari Cooper is super, super talented, but I can definitely see CD being wide receiver 1 in Dallas this year. Mr. Scampers, have I ever been to Iceland? No, I have not been to Iceland. I heard it's beautiful, though. I heard it's gorgeous, actually. Wow. Another crazy person in here. Javier B. I see the NFC East becoming a top division this year. Nah. Nikiwa Walker, kind of off topic, but I really hope Kevin White makes the Saints roster this year and has a great season. He had some bad breaks to begin his career, and I hope he gets the ball this year. Kevin White, man, he was a tremendous talent coming out of West Virginia. Like you said early on, injuries derailed his career. And he's in one of those situations in New Orleans where you don't have a lot of established dogs in that wide receiver room right now, with Michael Thomas being out especially. So he has every opportunity to come in there, stay healthy, number 1, which every player tries to do, and carve himself out a nice role. We all know he has the physical ability. Now it's about him getting on the same page with one or both of those quarterbacks and being consistent in making plays. So I hope he lands on his feet, stay healthy, and we see some of that potential realized. But so I'm with you there, Nikiwa. I am with you there. Michael Ward. Do the Browns win the AFC North? They will be my betting favorite. They will be my betting favorite. I also think Baker Mayfield takes a big jump this year. I think his over-under passing yards is set at around 4,000, which is tough because of those backs that they have behind him. But Odell back, he got some shit to get off his chest this year. Jarvis Landry, who's super underrated, is a dog. He got weapons at the tight. So I think Baker takes a step this year. Another year in the system, some more continuity there with his play caller. I think he takes a step this year. I think he takes a step. But yeah, man. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back on Monday. And we'll be back on Monday. And I got something cooking too. I got something cooking up. It's gonna be a fun year this year. Our merch order is in. It should be we should have our store live before the season starts, so the man-to-man merch will be up and popping. We got a couple drafts coming up. We got some things cracking, man. So we're gonna tap in tomorrow, same time. We're gonna be talking about this preseason game and more. So appreciate y'all as always, man. You know what to do. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Remember to sign up at underdogfantasy.com or use the app. Use the code MAN and get that free $25. You out of here, man. Go tap in with Pat and the boys. Catch y'all on the other side. Go.